Harpy, the harpy, to ride in the AC. Harpy, the harpy.
All right, adventurers, welcome back. I hope you caught last night on Mercs of Mischief. It was quite a dramatic event. And I don't know how they're going to top it tonight, except for killing everyone. So let's get ready for a TPK on Too Many Warlocks.
Sorry, I silenced myself because there was like a fire truck going by. TPK. No. All right. Preliminary announcements. Thank you for joining us at the Avalon Knights Academy. It is now time to start your Academy Day. Just a couple announcements before we get started here. We are still accepting donations for our Gen Con run. You can get them in the down there part. We've got a regularly scheduled program this week, but next week we'll be hosting a table flip on the 21st, so you'll want to join us for that. And last but not least, we're also still taking donations for Extra Life in the down there part. School merchandise is still available through Redbubble in the down there part if you want to check that out as well. And last but not least, roll the thing.
Just on the shores of the Deseret River, just across the way from Golden Fields, there rests a lonely keep.
Thank you. Welcome back to Too Many Warlocks. Redan is absent today. He's a little under the weather, but don't worry. He'll be back next week. It's going to be okay. Everybody calm down. Redan's going to be just fine. That said, welcome to Too Many Warlocks. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck. And I am joined today by these Too Many Warlocks and the majestic depiction of miniature Redan. Complete with the broom. And I will now introduce them in no particular order. The bringer of no salads because he ain't got an impress nobody, Guy Boutomps.
Don't do greens.
You don't do greens.
No.
The bringer of a delightful fruit salad and infernal caterer, Penn, right? And last but not least, the bringer of a drawn Cobb salad. in what I can only, I believe this may have been the only time that item was used to create a salad for a meeting.
Quite possibly.
I don't know if it's ever been logged, but Keith through Tea Leaf is here with us as well. When last we left our heroes, they had embarked out of the streets of Baldur's Gate and headed back to more familiar territory in Waterdeep. On their journey, they met up with a delightful green-scaled dragonborn fellow. And they had a nice conversation, had a good chat, got to know each other better. He was going up north to Neverwinter to do some things. It's probably not important what he was up to. I don't think you need to concern yourselves with it. In the meantime, the rest of the team disembarked and taking the only lead that they have in tracking down this warlock serial killer, this creator of human jam from once living warlocks stood. was a ring that said WCW on it. And eventually they tracked down in the market another person wearing this ring, and it was revealed that this ring is an indicator that you are a member of the Warlocks Coven of Waterdeep. And they were invited out to a meeting. They all had to bring a salad. Some people didn't bring salads, which may be considered rude.
Some people weren't warlocks, which might also be considered rude.
Oh, he had Ginger being.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger was his patron. It was great. It was adorable. We had more adorable Ginger interactions, which, I mean, at some point I feel like it's just going to take over the show. And I'm okay with it. But the meeting
He gets the munchies and eats him.
took place in the Castle Lord in the basement of a bookstore. And there were a variety of colorful warlocks there, of varying ages and demeanors. And it was revealed that they are looking for this killer. And whomsoever can bring the killer to justice will receive this piece of stone that is held in the meeting hall. That just so happens to be a section of the gateway that Redan needs to rebuild to access his ancestral library. So, you know, a lot of coincidence there. Before the meeting adjourned, it was agreed that all warlocks would be assigned buddies to keep everyone safe.
Yep.
And the party had decided to not make it clear that they were all together. Which means I get to give you guys 3 different people. And it's so good. All right. So, you're at the end of the meeting. Things are being cleared up. And
I'm that guy that takes his chair over like you're supposed to, but then puts it on the pile crooked.
oh, you asshole.
The next guy. Yeah.
You truly are an agent of chaos.
It's the details. It's all
Yeah,
the
it's the
details.
small stuff. It's the small stuff. God damn it. Okay.
I'm looking for my ring. I'm going to ask whoever that person is, you know.
Well, I mean, there's no person. Eventually, they just call out names. And the first one is assigned to Redan. And he goes over, he says, there's something wrong. My guy's not, he's like in a trance or something.
Oh, his patron, he comes and goes, eh?
Yeah,
He must have stepped out.
yeah,
My loyal servant Redan is taking a standing nap.
Oh, I thought he said he doesn't need to sleep.
He does,
I
but
tried
just
subtly
standing.
kick key 3, but it's probably like in your knee because
He needs it to better connect with my gingerbread powers.
Ah, yes, because the gingerbread patron.
And he like tries to subtly motion for you guys to come over to the shoulder.
I'll just lean into Redan's shoulder.
I float up.
He's doing the brain thing. He's trying to get more information. He sent his brain away, but I'm going to look after him.
Can you pilot him, like pulling his ponytail or something?
I don't know. Let me see. And he climbs up the side of his head and like grabs him the ponytail and like puts his legs against the back of his head and pulls. And his head tilts back and Redan collapses to the floor.
Okay. That's maybe not. I'm gonna find Redan's sending stone and like hand that to Ginger. Be like, I guess, if you need...
Cookie down! Cookie down!
Pull him out.
Actually, I will crouch down beside Redan and whisper in his ear, follow your new buddy, and I will cast suggestion.
Okay.
So if there's any mind left in there, it has to make a wisdom save.
It is not. His mind is not home.
Okay, well then I probably just whispered in his ear to no effect, but I burnt the spell slot. So
Okay then. Well, that's the important thing.
I tried. I thought it was being clever.
He's like, fine, you go with that flamboyantly just guy.
Oh, so now he's my buddy?
Hi, I'm Carl.
Hello, Carl, and I give him a big hug.
And the gentleman with two heads walks over to you, Penn, and says, I guess you and I are partners.
But
And then the other head turns to Key 3 and says, I guess you and I shall be partners then.
Okay. Dragoon?
Yes, that is correct.
I'd
Hey,
like,
You've got a buddy system built in.
yeah, almost as though you don't need us. In fact, that halfling and I could probably partner up, and you could partner yourself.
The head leans into you and says, you wouldn't expect me to be his buddy, would you? He's terrible. Oh, that's enough out of you. You're like this every time we go to the meetings.
No, I agree. You have to be buddies with someone you don't know, eh? Otherwise, you don't pay attention, eh?
Precisely, the killer could be him. That's impossible.
him,
How
or
would you
her.
not notice?
I point to these two.
God.
For all you know, you're taking two of them with you, eh? Maybe they're both the killer. And I'm looking back and forth from Penn to Key 3.
You're assuming. Wait, are you suggesting
I'm just going to
we're
look
the
at
kill-
him with like as crazy eyes as I possibly can.
I'm trying to convince the double-headed guy that the two of you might be the killers. Just for fun.
Perfect. This falls perfectly into my plan.
What's wrong with y'all?
Goodness, you might be right. Perhaps we should both keep an eye on them.
If you both do it, that's two eyes, and two eyes are better than one, eh? No
Well,
wonder
there's
you are so
practically
long-lived.
4 of us here. Yes, thank goodness you can still count.
In my brain,
Oh, when you get even older and need glasses, your friends will call you 8 eyes.
in my brain, just to keep 3G, I'm like, what are you playing at? Are you? Because at first it seemed like you were trying to get rid of them, and now you're not. I don't see how this is even remotely helpful.
All you
What
hear
is
back from Guy is
happening?
in his head, he's singing, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Well, we probably should have specified this, but we kind of got our own like buddy system going on. So maybe you guys could partner up like
With
with
Carl.
someone? Yeah, with Carl.
You
I
piss off
already
Carl's
have a
mine,
partner.
eh?
I
And
like
still got
this
my arm
guy.
around him.
But he's just gonna stand there and do nothing. Whereas you could have 2 partners.
Yeah, trust me, that guy does nothing.
No, I think that'll be fine. You two can come with us to the mansion.
The
What
mansion?
There you go, you guys. You get to go to the mansion, eh?
You're coming with us.
No, me and Carl, we are hanging out, eh? I think maybe we
with
go
us.
drinking.
I want to go to the
You?
bowling alley.
They have beers there.
Oh, yeah.
Then we are bowling.
That it again.
Nothing
in
bad
my head,
ever happened at the bowling alley.
except the shoes. But in my head, I'm just like, to Guy, I'm like, that is not the buddy system. I know we suggested it, but you don't know him. That doesn't count.
So
He's
I
not my
should just.
buddy. He's
you-
my
you-
toy. They gave me a toy for the whole night, eh?
You know, my grandfather always used to say there is something called stranger danger.
Oh, that's okay. I'm stranger than him.
I'm going to take a moment and describe Carl. Carl
please do.
looks like the warlock you get in the package with your warlock kit. Like he is the most generic looking dude you have ever seen. People who have met him can't describe him. But he'll occasionally
But
he'll occasionally leave clippings of comics that he finds amusing in the newspaper on your chair.
all right.
Is this
Oh
an
yeah,
obscure
my arm
reference?
is around. Can you imagine?
Everything I do is an
Guy
obscure
and
reference.
Oh, Guy and Invisible Carl. We are fast friends.
We're going to the bowling alley. And he's just got like a gray robe.
Are you again? All the conversations I have to Key and Gee 3 outside of
Key and G3. Wow, we got you flustered.
Yeah, them. Whenever I talk to them, unless otherwise specified, it's in my head because I'm just like, I know you're not about to try to ask me to intervene because I'm out of ideas. That's to Key 3 because I heard her like Penn.
Well, you know, maybe there's something to be said for strength in numbers. If we all team up, we have a better chance of catching this guy.
Oh, you're right.
And with 4 of us, we don't have to share a lane with nobody, eh?
I heard the murders at the bowling alley. Oh yeah. Oh well, we can't go to the bowling alley. Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? I didn't get your name. He's talking to Yuki.
Oh, to me? I thought he was talking to Penn. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, mon ami, of course. I just assumed you know me. Eh? Everybody does. Guy Bonton. And you are at my service, eh?
Oh, thanks, Guy Bonbon. And
Close
says
enough, eh?
he said there might be a killer at the bowling alley.
Well, you know, it could be anywhere, but
Hey, maybe we could find him and get the reward.
for sure, you know. Have you ever been bait before, Carl? Eh? I still got my arm around it.
Oh, I don't know. Well,
No, it's
I don't
really
have
easy.
good luck with substances.
Oh,
think-
it's got nothing to do with that. We're just going bowling, eh? And all you got to do is bowl. And when shit
think-
goes wrong, you just keep bowling. That's it, eh? That's your job.
Okay, I'm not very good though.
No, that's even better. Then we make a video and post it and make a lot of money. Eh?
You
know
said
what that
bait.
means.
He heard baked.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is not my job to disabuse Carl of his misconceptions.
Also, where is your morality? What happened to? We can't possibly kill this guy. We got to bring him to justice. But let's use poor innocent Carl as bait. Sorry.
It is
theoretically
possible
innocent.
to save bait.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
So Carl, just before you go off with our buddy Guy,
He's my buddy.
he was my buddy first. Before you
The
go off
sword
with
comes
him,
up.
like, you know, just what is it that you're good at?
Oh, there's a long, awkward pause.
Your patron a saltine cracker? Like,
Who told you about my patrons? Oh, well, I mean, I suppose I'm pretty good with stealth magic.
Okay.
That works for me. I'm supposed to be hiding.
I
Standing
get the
there in all
sense
my
that he
glory.
really is just this awkward, or is this like an act?
Well, with your
That was
what's your
my
insight
4.
roll? Yeah. With Penn's 4 insight, that's what he feels like.
Not much better.
Man, this is one bland ass dude.
All I can imagine, he's that guy that he's talking to you real slow, and then he digs into his pocket. He's like, "You want a caramel?" And then he like spends like 5 minutes trying to open it, and he's like, "It's so darn hard."
And the plastic unwrapping of the caramel is the loudest sound in the world.
Here, let me help you with that. There you go.
And then he drops it. And that's exactly how
Oh, now it's got dirt on it.
And I will cast Mage Hand and pick it up, and I will cast Prestidigitation and clean it, and I will use my Mage Hand to feed it gently and vaguely romantically to Carl.
Oh, wow. You got a lot of cool talents, Guy Bonbon Tomps.
I'm just going to mentally to Guy be like, you do remember that there are people after you to kill you specifically. So maybe going off away from the group is a bad idea?
I thought we were all going bowling.
Am I in
okay.
this?
No.
Okay, that's fair. That's reasonable.
Are we going bowling too?
Yeah, that sounds like, a good group bonding experience.
All right, but you have to promise to score us differently. I control the left hand.
Sure.
You barely control that hand. Give it back.
That's 5 of us on one lane. They're not going to like it, but it's only 4 bodies, so they should be okay.
Great.
And then I actually have message too. I just never use it. I send back to them, don't worry, we dump him at the bowling alley and run away like thieves in the night, eh?
Okay.
Finally knocked the lawful good out of key 3. Good.
I'm just enjoying Penn's reaction for a moment.
Don't worry, Carl. He only looks like that because he can't bowl, eh?
All right. Wow, I never went anywhere with friends before.
And you still haven't? Let's go.
I was thinking you're still not. That's so mean.
Savage.
Don't make me feel bad for
God.
Carl.
I'm gonna feel so bad if we leave him and then he ends up being the next victim.
He's showing up at your house with like fruit baskets and shit. Well, you guys want to go out again?
How about we just, as we're walking, we're like, how about we just duck in a side alley, and then we're like, hey, look very deeply into this bag, and then just one push, and he's safe at the keep. Yeah.
Now I'm trapped in here.
Then he's in a cage with a bunch of stuff I don't want somebody you don't know to have access to at our home.
We can tell him T1 to...
You guys, seriously? You just want to get rid of them?
Well, I kind of figured, maybe if they can buddy up together so they're, don't have to worry about... Maybe they can have each other's backs and one less warlock.
Okay, fun is fun. I guess we are over. Hang on. And I pull out my sending stone and hold it up to my ear. Okay. And I put it back in my pocket. Okay, everybody, let's go. There's a big fight down at the bar. We got to go clear it up. Let's go. There's dozens of them fighting.
Dozens of hoes.
Soldiers and bar patrons and the police are there and there's a gang.
Oh, that sounds
you are
scary.
part of us
Maybe
now,
I
eh?
should
You
go
are part
home.
of the Avalon Knights Academy. You come out, break up the riot.
Oh.
It's probably only 2 or 3 blocks big.
All right, I guess sounds exciting.
Well, either that or you guys could go bowling now and we'll be out there in 20 minutes. I mean, it's only a riot, eh? Get us a lane, a good lane, and some shoes, eh?
Okay,
purple-
best pal,
purple size line, eh?
pump.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to yell that when we come into the bowling alley. Hey, Guy Bum Pump is here, eh? Where's my purple shoes? Okay, purple shoes size 9 and good alley, a good one, lots of light.
Okay, come on, Dragoon. We're gonna go to the bowling alley.
And I grab these two and run out the door, and we are not, apparently. And
I'm gonna quickly scrawl a note and just like pin it to Redan's clothing and just be like, we'll be right back. We left you to your sending stone.
The guy who is running the meeting is like picking Redan up and I'll put him in a broom closet for now. Just props him up inside, and it's like tries to get him standing. He just tilts to the side.
I just stand the broom in the
like
corner, and Redan
closes quickly.
He's not coming off the broom. He's just wrapped around it.
Yeah, Jinja is it's worse with the broom. You have to tilt it up, and it won't tilt. It's just like it's a mess. It's just like those infomercials where it's like, oh, and it tumbles all out of the closet and you shove it all back in again.
I was in the other lane. I was thinking his butt, his form fitted to the shape of a broom, so now you could just shove him on any broom and he'll stick.
It's like a rack. If you put him in backwards, it's like those snaps that you have so the broom isn't dangling. It's just like, and it stays firmly upright.
That's exactly how I would refer to Redan's ass, is firmly upright.
Firmly upright. Well, all
well,
right. Well,
Redan has been
repurposed. It was
as a broom rack, and Jinja agrees to stand guard over him.
Great.
And your buddies have left to go to the bowling alley.
They're gonna die. I hope we can we all make peace that their blood's on our hands, because they're gonna die.
Our hands? I wanted to go bowling,
Yes, but you called the distraction.
Because the two of you were going to have to actually light a real fire to get them to leave?
I mean, I just want a moment to plan, and then maybe we can figure something out to do with them. But like, I don't want to plan with them.
But we know where they are for the next couple hours.
Yeah. I mean, we can always catch up with them.
Oh, okay. What are we doing?
That's a good question.
I kind of want to go bowling.
I mean, I guess Dragoon was almost killed by him, so maybe he has some ideas.
I mean, theoretically, I'm more interested in him because theoretically I could like make him a body and then work on getting that fixed. I don't know. That'd be some interesting magic. I'd have to like his head to.
And you said I'm not worried.
Maybe we need to take care of the Warlock killer before giving him a body, and that can just die again.
Maybe that happens before experimental surgery.
I mean, do we have any leads though? Because we know what he looks like. I mean, Redan's kind of figured it out, and I mean,
Redan's not here.
Yeah,
but we got lots of lead. That sailor on the boat who don't like the wizards, we got to check him out. That's easy. Wreck, apparently they are knowing some stuff about this as well, so we can go to them tomorrow morning and talk to them. Besides, I got the bone to pick with them.
Remind me, what does Wreck know about this? I totally don't.
As far as I remember, this is out of character. They were investigating this. I might be completely wrong, but that's how Guy remembers it, because that's how Kevin remembers it. Yeah.
They may be investigating
I got a tirade to launch anyways.
You know who they are because they went by the keep and harassed everybody.
Yeah. But weren't we told that they were investigating this? Or is that me misremembering?
They were looking into the missing people?
Yeah, they were looking into the missing people.
So yeah, there was a connection. So yeah.
I guess I default to assuming when people say they're on it that they don't know anything.
And that may be the case.
What they don't know to what we found out from these guys here tonight, what they don't know. We got lots of information tonight, but there's still some question.
You may never know until you actually talk to them.
So I guess
Okay.
maybe we do need to head to the bowling alley.
Why the hell not?
We can always, ditch them at the bowling alley. I mean,
I'm
there are
afraid
worse
they're
places to be ditched.
I'm afraid they'll die.
In a bowling alley?
I'm afraid they die in like a safe room. Like, I think they're a danger to themselves at this point. Like, you interacted with them.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably the pot calling the kettle, but I don't have time for the analogy.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that.
See the way you look at me.
Well, if we hurry, there would only be one game ahead of us. Eh?
All right. To the bowling. Do we know where the bowling alley is?
There's only one in the area. It's really new. It's really new.
Please tell me it's like a modern bowling alley with like the shitty carpet with all the triangles and shapes and stuff.
There's really a
And
bowling
the
alley.
lasers and the bad music.
Deadpool's asking me in the chat. He's like, come on, is there really a bowling alley? Yes, we're doing this.
It's on the map, damn it.
You murdered scores of hundreds of people. You've betrayed us all. We're going bowling this week.
Last week was salads. This week.
Like, everybody know the rule of thumb for any show is if you don't have the full cast, it's a filler episode.
Precisely.
All right. So off you go to the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
And it is called Rollin' Sal's Bowling Alley. Now, Sal is a large fellow. He's a half-elf. He has an unusual physique for a half-elf. He has a bowler's build.
Can you describe that for me?
That is. Oh no, that's the whole point to that phrase is that you shouldn't have to describe that.
And he has established this place, and everybody's talking about this new game, bowling, in which you roll smooth balls down a lane and knock over wooden pins. And the wooden pins at the end are arranged in a triangle. And you notice as they're knocked down, they magically stand themselves back up again. And you score yourselves based on how many you knock down every time you roll down the lane.
I know in character this is new information, but it's really weird having bowling explained to me.
This is how it works here.
And no magic, eh? You're not allowed to magic. That's cheating.
There is a sign. There is a sign that says, "Please do not use magic while bowling."
Ah, drat. Maybe
Yeah,
that
most of
would
those
have been
pins are
super
fireable.
useful.
Eh?
I never agreed.
Yeah, welcome to Sal's.
Hi. We're meeting up with a couple of friends. They may have
Oh,
already
is
gotten
that
playing.
is that the guy with two heads?
Yes, he's very recognizable.
And the other guy
And
who's,
Carl, yeah, don't forget him. Eh?
Yeah, I couldn't. What? He's like a guy with a face.
He's got mostly a face, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're over there. But hang on, you got to rent out your shoes.
Oh, they already got our shoes, eh?
No. I gotta give them to you.
We have to wear
We
different...
specifically asked them to get our shoes.
Why do we have to wear different... What? I have shoes.
The
I'm
game
wearing
requires
shoes.
special shoes, all right?
Are they magic?
Sure.
No, I told you, magic's not allowed, eh?
Then why am I
They're
getting
special
different
anti-magic shoes, Penn. There, so you don't do magic. If you do magic with them on, you shit yourself, eh?
shoes? Have other people worn these shoes?
Yeah, what he said.
Dozens of other
everyone else
people
is
have worn
wearing them.
these
It's
shoes,
fine.
eh? Don't worry, they have a spray.
What?
He pulls
It's
out
just
like
It's a can of prestidigitation. Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
he pulls out a pair of shoes for Guy and Penn and like a tiny box, and he opens up this tiny box for little halfling shoes for Keith.
This is gross. And what is this color scheme? Like, why? And the laces are like different.
It's all like the worst burgundy and like this beige brown color.
I hate it. Thank you. Can one of you help me? I don't know. Prestige.
You don't know how to put on shoes?
I don't know how to clean the shoes with magic.
Oh, I will.
Oh, hang on. I got a spell right here. Psst.
Thank you. Okay.
You probably want to hold on to that. I don't think I ever seen this guy take off his own shoes before.
Oh, do you have handy tie your shoelaces?
I know I wear boots, but I don't have to bother with shoelaces, first of all. And I know how to tie a shoe. I'm a scholar.
I feel like he's just shouting this in the middle of the bowling alley. People are staring.
Oh, underneath his boots, Guy has rainbow socks with individual toes.
Excellent.
As
I would
he
expect nothing
puts
less.
his shoes, his bowling shoes on. But yeah, they go up to the knees because he wears knee-high boots too. So
Yeah, you'd finally get to see Keithree's got like hand-knitting socks.
Oh.
darned, like actually, you can see that they've been darned and fixed.
Probably not, just like handmade.
Okay. Very cool.
Like cute little designs.
I wear socks too, I'm sure, but I haven't put any thought into it. So
Did you knit those yourself? Eh?
Oh no, these are my mom made them. You know, gotta keep the feet warm when you're off adventuring. They were.
Oh, it was that like it was at that like the midwinter festival where she do like a pair for everybody.
Oh yeah. Every year you get a pair of socks.
And sometimes they got like snowflake on them, even when you live in a place where it don't snow.
Yeah, for a while she was really into putting cats on them. So, you know, everybody had cats on their socks. These ones are just like vines, so, you know.
They are very nice, and yeah, I think you're probably the only one that looks reasonable wearing like ankle height shoes.
Yeah.
Penn's calves look all pale and pasty, eh?
this is
I assume
all
his
of
socks
me.
don't come all the way up. So.
I don't know if the rest of me can get as pale as the rest. Like, I don't think there's any differentiation. I wear a poncho and a brimmed hat. Like, I don't get any sun.
And then from a couple lanes down, it's like, "Hi, over here. We got some kick-ass seats.
all right, no need to yell, eh?
Key bog tops over here."
Holy fuck,
All
you
right,
got
Bon
it right. I
Bon,
better
let's
buy the
head
first
over.
round. Yeah, and I buy drinks. Come down with a tray.
I don't
No,
know
1,
who.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6.
All right.
I don't know who would be considered the most badass patron, but that's who Carl has. I feel like in my heart of hearts, like the
Like the Prince
raddest,
of Hell or something.
Yeah.
unquestionably
Asmodeus.
like crazy patron. It was just like, yeah.
The hell rock god of darkness. It's like.
Just like, is that Carl? I love that.
No, we'd
dude.
know
He's
because
my
he'd have
favorite.
really big hair.
Oh. All right, we're bowling.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 6
that's
drinks.
it.
1 for each of us, 1 for Carl, and 2 for Platoon
Dragoon.
or Legion or whatever his name is. Dragoon. That was it.
Dragoon.
Dragoon, and the other guy has identified himself as Rouge Mantle, which is a reference that some people in the chat are getting. And you guys sit down and you begin to converse. He says, Dragoon's, "So are we going to get our our patrons together to try and sort this out?
Ours are all kind of back home.
You mean you can't communicate with them at all?
Oh, no. I mean, like, but, so, like, who are your patrons?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of personal.
Well, you know, just want to make sure there's no, like, personality clashes. Like,
Mine doesn't like me
my
to say
patron
his
used to date your
name.
patron.
Are we
There
setting
can't
up
be
our
a personality
parents?
clash if you don't got a personality. Carl, you go first.
Okay. he grabs the ball, rolls it. It goes like 2 inches down, and then like gutter balls immediately. Aww.
Why are you so sad? That's 1 point for you. He's got no idea how you score bowling, so
It is just, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. It's like ass, butt.
of course it is.
Oh, these are our people.
He leans over to Penn. He says, "You see, we made your name ass. You are burned."
And I say out loud, and you wanted to abandon them at the meeting. And slap him on the shoulder. I guess I am next, eh? Oh no, that makes me. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me ass cheeks. Okay, I am ass cheeks. And I sashay up and grab a. I've seen somebody bowl once, and I try and bowl badly. What would you like?
You know what? Give me. Paint me a picture. Pick a skill, and tell me how you use
okay.
that to bowl.
I pure brute strength. This seems like a hurl something at the sticks and make it break thing. So I
Okay.
would just start you a simple athletics check.
All right.
Just
Give me an
take a
athletics check.
couple of steps and just like let it go about 6 inches off the ground, bullet fashion, because he's not quite sure how this works. Oh,
Oof. All right, you nail it. You knock down all of the pins.
You played this before?
Wow.
that's the first time that ever happened ever in this whole game. I get to name it, eh? I'm going to call it, well, I was going to call it a strike, but that's in baseball. Let's call it something else. Let's call it a fazza. Yeah, every time you do it, you got to go fazza.
My buddy's the best. He did all the facades.
Hey.
Okay, who's next, eh? Who's next?
I'll go and just kind of lean over to Penn and be like, try and get some info out of them. I will pick up a ball and like try and like aim and like do a little like bit of a curve to it. Like maybe
All
that'll
right.
do something.
All right. What is the skill that you are employing for this?
I was going to say sleight of hand, like how
Yep.
dexterous my fingers are.
All right. You sold me on it. Go for it.
Oh,
All right. You get a strike as well.
Zoom!
Zoom.
Was that what it was?
it is now.
Yes, excellent work. But two, you're not very creative.
Okay, Rectum, it's your turn, eh? He's really kind of hang around in one place on the body when
Yeah,
he gets his
yeah.
names, eh?
Absolutely. It's just like all various iterations of it.
You can tell it's Udo Penn. It's got the hat on.
So the two-headed guy goes up and he rolls one and he knocks a couple down. And he said, "All right, it's your turn now, ass."
Oh, all right. Well, I don't even
That
know.
means that's an ass hat.
Oh, I see what you did there. All right, so yeah, I don't even know. I'm all my wit is gone. I've
Just
been
discombobulated.
So yeah, I'm just up there, and honestly, I'm gonna do a religion check because I'm trying to find God in this bowling alley. And so I'm just like thinking of my patron, and just like, please. Just
and Penn, when all hope is lost, begins to pray. And your prayers are answered, and you knock down all the pins as well.
Oh, thank you, Grand Archivist.
Oh, Carl and dudes, you guys are terrible, eh? This game is easy.
Oh, you've done this before.
Nope, never, eh?
All right.
Speaking
well,
of done this before, buddy, you said you got attacked by this guy and he don't kill you?
Yes, he came into my room at night.
Where
And you're
is
sure
that
it was
you
him
live?
and not just somebody else? Eh? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. We could go back to my old house. I didn't go back to the bedroom. I just snuck into the main floor and picked up a few things and killed the butler.
You killed the butler, or somebody else killed the butler?
Well, I helped, but I had little choice in the matter.
Why would you kill the butler?
He knows too much.
But source of information.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Have you never?
I
read
told you
the
should have
Warlocks?
asked him some more things. I was angry. I lost my head.
That's the only thing you have.
The only thing you didn't lose.
Well, I mean, obviously you two are terrible at bowling. How about we go and we have a look at your old house? Eh?
Yes, and we could summon a conclave of our patrons.
Really want to do that?
I'm not really sure you do, actually, eh?
My patron doesn't like me to say his name.
I think my
You
patron
have
would get along fine with most folks.
Not really yours I'm worried
Steve's
about, eh?
face.
Are we looking at me?
No, yours is just going to sit in the corner and read everybody's ID.
Yeah. Wait.
I am a little worried about what the sisters might do to try and impress someone, eh? Especially other patrons.
Well, they won't tell us who theirs are. I mean, I'm assuming Carl has some repercussion if he says his patron's name. Can you,
I'm
like,
not
Are you willing
supposed
to
to
share
talk
your
about
the
it.
name of yours?
who, mine?
Yeah.
I know mine.
No, are you willing to tell these guys you just met, eh? In
Yeah,
the city
I'm
where
willing to tell
warlocks
the
are being
world.
hunted and killed, eh?
Yeah, of course. I'll like die.
I mean, we
for my
already know
patron.
we're all warlocks, so.
Yes, we're all friends here.
I'd like to think that if we got like a lane name, that they just made it like the Warlock Lane, like, and it's big above our lane, like everybody can see it. It's just like subtle.
It's like Warlock's Coven of Waterdeep.
Yep.
But it doesn't fit. But it just
Yeah.
barely doesn't fit. So instead of like scrolling, it just goes like. Why
All
is
right,
this what
then.
we do?
We'll go to Rouge Mantle's house and check out where he died.
Rouge Mantle?
I know, right? I'm thinking like, is he a stripper? What does this one do in his free time?
He just stripped away his body.
Oh, boy.
Just a stripper that went too far one night.
And they gather up the things. They tip Sal. You guys leave Then you notice Carl didn't come with you, and you have to go back and get Carl.
Carl, absolutely not.
Carl, we need to work on the buddy system with you.
I was right behind you. I got lost.
Please, I can feel it. I can feel that scale of how much I like a person moving, and if you make me love Carl, I'm gonna hate you. This is a choice to be made.
I'm prepared for this. This is fine.
Yep. Yeah, I just
What's
reach out,
going
put my
on,
arm around Carl.
adventure?
Yeah, put my arm around him. Come on, my friend. You're going to party with us. You got to stay. You got to keep up, eh?
Oh, this is the best night of my life. I was gonna go
just
home and
wait
have
till we
plain
get-
noodles again. It's a bewildered look. Oh, I fucking love it. Okay.
Okay, so, Rouge Mantle, about your house.
Yes, it's just this way, not too many blocks away. It's a pain in the ass that I had to leave it now that Sal's has opened up. I think I could be quite good at this.
And why did you have
You're
to
clearly
leave
the worst
and
out of the two of us.
kill your butler?
Oh, I couldn't stick around there. It's full of dead people. Plus, Dragoon insisted on living at his house.
Oh, well, I guess that makes
Well, it's my party. We should stay at my place.
But wait. Dead? How many dead people? Just the butler and your body?
I think it's just the two.
That's two people, and one of them is you.
Well, would you live in a house with that many dead people?
Yes, that's literally like. Never mind. The point being.
You're weird.
Oh, odd.
Pat Penn on the shoulder. Hey, consider the source too, eh? Before you react to that, consider the source.
Hi, be nice to Penn. He's my best friend now. Ham and Gibbon tops.
I almost feel like there's no way to brag about it, but I still just kind of shoot Keith a look like.
Oh, oh, oh.
I'm just going to mentally reply to Penn and say, "Yep, go ahead. It's all yours."
It's like the person that just realized they volunteered to babysit difficult children.
And eventually you guys make it up to the house and the windows are all boarded up. It looks somewhat dilapidated at this point.
How long ago did this happen?
Oh, not too long. I set up a simple illusion.
Oh.
Keeps people from rifling over the place. I have some good shit in there.
Why don't you just get a cleric to resurrect? Well, is he?
Why would I bring a cleric by my home?
Hey, you know what? This guy, am I right? Love this guy. Anyway.
Before we go in, why don't you tell us exactly what you remember? What room were you in? Eh?
Oh, I was in my
Figure out
bedroom.
how they got in from out here, eh?
I was in my bedroom, and I was laying in my opulent bed. I was all strewn out, and I was enjoying some light reading before I fell asleep. Complex rituals, highly academic stuff.
This sounds like the beginning of a weird romance novel.
Unbutton. You mean like this shit? And I show them all the stuff carved into my body.
My God, that's so hardcore.
At least you didn't say hot.
So you are
Yes,
reading,
but mine was on paper. I don't read my rituals off of a man's chest.
I won't judge you for failing to commit to your magic. Eh?
I would have to kill even more people. Then there'd be 3 corpses in my house. Imagine that.
Well, some would say 3 is a magic number, but, whatever. Anyway, you're in your bed reading, and then what?
Yes, I was in my bed reading, and before I knew it, I heard a sound at the window.
And your room is on the 2nd floor or on the main floor, right?
It is on the 2nd floor. And I looked out, and there was a man outside. I could see he was mouthing a ritual. It was very powerful. So, thinking quickly, I teleported my head away.
Key3, I can tell you have something to say.
Why not the rest of your body?
I concur.
Oh, well, teleportation is very complex, and it's the intricacies. He was surprised. He couldn't get the whole body because he never quite sorted out all the teleportation mechanics. You be quiet. You're not allowed to tell my secrets.
First time. You're not going to be the greatest at it.
It was a brilliant plan if I had just gotten the rest of the body.
I mean, it's still a brilliant plan. You're still here. You just have trouble scratching.
Oh, don't get him started.
But you said specifically you saw the person who did this or tried to do this to you mouthing the ritual. They are magic themselves, eh?
Or were
He
they
was
reading
definitely
something?
He was definitely using some kind of ritual. I think he may have been reading something. He was hunched over, like a prowler.
Get a all a look at him, eh? Tall, short, human, elf.
He looked human. It was hard to tell because he was hunching. He could have been a beast.
Why don't we just go look at the room? See, he's left some hints at other places.
Yes, let's take a moment to go inside. And open up the door. Inside, it's actually a plush, kind of well-lit kind of manor house, except for a dead butler in a chair in the living room. With a very surprised look on his face.
Cause of death?
Cause of death, multiple Eldritch blasts.
Our calling card, as it were.
He was very strong. It took a few of them.
Yeah, that's a way to go.
Couldn't have just
Other than the blast to the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You couldn't have just laid him off and had him sign some kind of NDA?
Or blackmailed him.
No, our contract was very specific.
Don't make contracts with this guy.
Lowers piece of paper.
Is there any other sign of struggle in this room other than the butler having been repeatedly shot to death?
Not in the downstairs. It's actually all quite nice and clean.
I haven't gone upstairs since the incident.
Well, maybe I'll go first. Just I can get a sense and let you know if it's oh no, maybe you don't want to see this.
Okay, but
before she go, why don't you draw her a map of the upstairs?
Oh yes, of course. And he scribbles out a map, and he shyly hands it to you, Keith, and he says, "If you see anything in the bedroom, it's possible the killer left some items behind."
Oh,
No. All right.
No.
Just
You hear a faint buzzing from upstairs.
I'm gonna head upstairs.
I guess I'm
All right.
following buddy system and all, and B is with Carl now.
All right.
Kind of looking around, keeping like cautiously, like looking for weird stuff.
There are a couple guest rooms, and then the path that has been laid out for you on the map leads you to the master bedroom. And it's a beautiful 4-poster bed. It has these hanging linens around it. It's very beautiful. Except for on the bedspread, there is a splatter that you are used to seeing.
Oh, okay. Well,
And-
yep,
and-
we've got jam.
And there is a book laying on the bed.
Go over and like with my sword, like flip the book so that I can see like writing or title or something.
All right, it's an erotic novel.
That was a trap. I knew it.
Okay. All right.
What is all? Ugh.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's a book. What's right? Oh God. Oh no.
Great. Awesome.
Hi, somebody broke the window out here.
Yep.
Carl, why are you here?
And Carl's on the second floor, outside of the window, standing on the rooftop, on the overhang outside the window.
No, I don't have to. Yeah.
Get just pulling him in. Just get in here.
Hi, quit fussing.
Oh my God.
I found this piece of paper. You want me to leave it on your chair?
What piece of paper?
It was outside by the broken window.
What does it say?
It's got some words on it. Some kind of ritual.
I just There's apparently no patience for this guy.
It's fine. Look, I love that this is the reaction to Carl.
I'm just like, I just hand him, I snap and then whisper, and I hand him whisper. I'm like, here, just pet the kitty. It's okay.
Oh, this cat's nice. My familiar's a worm.
Okay.
I call him Stan. Just petting Whisper now.
I may have to leave this party and start a new one with Stan and Carl. Oh.
I'm gonna look at the piece of paper.
Okay. The piece of paper, it's incomplete. It's page 1, as far as you can decipher it. And you don't have the ability to read any language, do you? But Penn does.
Nope.
Yeah. So you can't...
Penn!
Is it? This is also important. Is this part of a book, or is this like a scroll that is like torn off or something?
This is written down.
I mean, like, is it the paper? It says page 1. Is it page 1 of like a book, or is it like a whole? Like, if I cast mending on this, will I get the rest of it?
No, because the paper looks complete. Like, there's no frayed edges to it. It just has a 1 on it, scribbled onto it.
Gotcha. And yeah, I'll use my archivist eyes to read it.
Your archivist eyes read the language on it. It's some kind of complex runic language. It's really old. You think you've seen this kind of thing when your patron is reading? It seems to be the language that he converts all of his books to. And it seems to be the beginnings of a ritual to reveal the tethers of a pact and then it goes on into a second part, but you don't have it.
And I'm holding, like, my fingers are quivering because I'm like resisting the urge to produce flame on it, but I'm just like, it's the beginnings of like the thing that they're doing. This is like the step one that shows where the ties are between like someone and their pact.
Oh, okay. Is Guy up here?
I think that's it.
I'll call
No,
down
I stayed
to
downstairs
Guy
with the other platoon. I'm just gonna call him platoon now.
I'll call down to Guy and the other two. Be like,
Oh,
it's good to come up.
okay, we're coming up. Did the killer leave an erotic novel in my bed? We should keep it as evidence.
Yeah, you can keep that. That's fine.
Oh no, it's on fire. Oh god, I don't know what's happening. No, I'm not gonna.
Keith3's gonna look
I have two
around.
questions as we walk up the stairs, me and the dudes. I have two questions. First, what was the title of the book, eh?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Surely the killer left it behind. A fiend of harsh tastes.
If you saw him leave it behind, you probably saw the title, so I would still not think it was yours, even if you knew the title.
Yeah, yes, of course. It was it was the Elven Vixen's journey of discovery through the forest.
Okay, second question. Have you been on a boat trip recently, eh?
Oh, not recently. Yes, but you took that vacation in Cholt, good friend. I did.
And you took a boat from here to there, eh?
That was just a little while before the killer came.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like ages ago now.
And you remember what was the name of the boat, eh?
Oh, I think it, a rusty something.
I'm just looking back at last week, trying to remember what the hell it was
Yeah,
called.
that was it. It was the rusty.
Just the rusty
spigot
something,
or
yeah, okay, yeah.
Spiny something.
Rusty Spindle.
Yes, that was
That's
it.
the one, yeah.
Goodness, do you think he might have been on that ship?
Was there anyone on board who was rude to you, eh?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I slept most of the way.
How about you? And I look at the other one.
Oh, I wasn't there. I wouldn't hang around with this fool. Hey, that hurts. You leave me alone. I saved your life. I get to say about you whatever I want.
And by the time I assume we get to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Keith3's gonna look around with Mage Sight, but not at the book.
The walls or the bed.
It's enchanted with like silent images.
No, she is very specifically like
It's
avoiding
got prestidigitation
looking at
cast
the
on it.
book.
There's a
Hundreds of
permanent
times.
sensor bar that just tracks everywhere. There are assorted items in this room with minor enchantments on them, which you would expect for who lives here, like, you know, a comb that styles your hair, and, you know, a wardrobe to help you get dressed, and these kind of things. But nothing that jumps out at you as super suspicious. However, actually, you wouldn't see that with Eldritch Sight. Never mind.
However, if you were to just search the room.
Well, you know, the first glance, nothing super magic-y out of place. No idea about that book. It's
Did,
just like,
did you find anything else interesting?
just the book. Just the book. That's it. Maybe
And at
some
that point, I will pick up the book and start to read it.
out loud.
I open my mouth, look around to see Key 3, and out of respect to Key 3, I do not read it out loud. If it was just Penn in here, oh yeah, it would be, and there would be voices and sound effects, and
P3 suddenly returns to her normal color, her face no longer matching her hair.
it's no fun when it's that easy.
Just in my head to Keith, I'm like, remind me, we have to burn off Guy's hands later. He's touching it.
I flip to a couple different spots and kind of shake my head and drop it back on the bed.
You should give that to me. It's important evidence.
It's
Not with
also
my
pretty
hands. You're
mild.
leaving that here.
No, here, you take this, and I reach into my pack and pull out a book of dirty limericks, and I hand him that. You take that thing.
Wait, which one's reading? Because out is the one on the...
They both are. They're
Hold
kinda
it up so the
chuckling
other guy
together.
can't see, eh? Don't be rude.
Oh, the cat went away.
What? Oh. What?
And he's somehow holding the piece of paper again.
How do you... What, am I holding the cat? Am I
You're holding Whisper again, and now
Mhm.
Carl is somehow holding the piece of paper again.
He did say he was stealthy.
Hi.
Well...
There's something funny about this paper.
What?
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Crinkle, 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 crinkle.
What?
You
Are
want to take a look at that?
Okay.
Who did he hand it to?
Keithree?
Oh, I was asking Guy if he wanted to take a look.
Oh, okay. Well, Gig.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll take a look, eh?
Take a look, good buddy, Gee.
Investigation?
Use your Bob Top's powers.
Earning all the good rolls on the on the side of the side.
This is gathering information about the killer. This is we're actually finally back on quest here.
Yeah, you're like learning some shit.
After bowling, yes.
So you look over it, and as you like hold it up to the light, there's an imprint.
A watermark.
Yeah. And it matches a local inn down by the docks.
Ooh.
A place called the Sailor's Retreat.
Sailor's Retreat. Okay. Well, I hold it up to show the others against the light, and actually I cast light on something and then hold it up like an x-ray so they can see it. So we got this pretty much wrapped up, eh? We might as well get drunk tonight, and tomorrow we go solve the problem, eh?
Did we want to double check the room? I mean, I looked around quickly, but...
Oh, for sure. We can gather some more information. I'm sure the judge and the local police constabulary would want to know all of it when we drop them off there, eh?
Oh, you're not getting me there. Yes, we don't want anything to do with any popo.
Well, they might want to talk to the only surviving part of a body.
Who also killed
Who?
his butler?
All right, I forgot about that. Maybe you don't go, eh?
Yes, we'll go back to Dragoon's house. We'll meet you there.
Okay. I'm guessing he gives us, like, the address before leaving.
Yeah, he gives you directions. Carl, I'm not going anywhere without my good buddy Guy.
Oh, for sure, my friend. Come with us, eh? throw my arm around him.
Aw, you guys are great. This is the best night I ever had.
I'm gonna
Nope, I trust him.
just
Like it.
kind of look around the room, check under the bed, like just looking for things that seem out of place.
All right. Give me that investigation check. Oh,
Ooh, thank you.
thank you, thank you.
I want to, while she's doing that, I want to lean out the window because I'm assuming from inside we don't see the illusion. Because it was all
All right.
wrapped in an illusion outside, right?
Yeah.
So I want to go out where Carl was on the roof. Oh, look
Okay.
at this shit go.
All right. Oh, geez. All right. So, key 3, you find there's like scrapings of mud on the windowsill. Like somebody's boots when they're climbing in. And there are also dirty boot prints in the carpet, kind of leading around the bed and then out of the house.
Like, does the mud look like stuff from down by the docks?
Well, it looks strangely foreign. It's actually, there's a piece of dried fern in it that you haven't seen before.
I'll pen something, scrape, collect. I don't know.
Ah, yes. I pull out I guess one of my little vials or whatever, and I'm sure I have a little fold out leather thing with tweezers in it, and I'm just like, I'm that guy.
Always prepared.
I do want to. I'll let you handle his stuff, but I do want to try and follow the footprints.
All right. They go straight downstairs and out the front door.
Okay.
We came in through the kitchen, right? So we kind of came in through the back?
Yeah.
Just to be clear. I know I'm not there, but just for my head.
All right. And outside, as you inspect the outside, you actually find that there are stab wounds in the house. Like somebody used a blade to climb up the side of it.
Oh, okay.
The house is a mimic.
I think
The house is a
it was
mimic.
either that
You're
or-
all
or
doomed.
The bad guy was Don Quixote, and he's attacking houses now. But okay,
Giants key.
but it looks like somebody climbed the house with daggers, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look out, we got a badass over here.
So I pull my head back in. Well, whoever did this is, I mean, I feel like somebody just said this, but they're a badass, eh? They climbed the wall using daggers. They break the window, they come in here.
But they weren't careful enough. They left some mud.
Oh, shit. There's tracks, they go somewhere, right?
Down and out through the front door. So, I mean, probably not going to be able to follow them out on the street, I'm guessing, but maybe?
Well, I mean, we can go and have a look, but I think you're probably right once you get to the road, but...
Guy, did you ever summon Twitch? Like, is he in space somewhere? Like, can you call upon him, or?
Actually, at the moment, yeah, I just don't bring him because it's been dangerous for a long time, eh?
I don't know if Whisper would be good at tracking. I don't know if Twitch would be any better, but I have a feeling a weasel might be. Like, is that even? I don't know. I don't use that form of familiar very often, ever.
Well, I mean, technically, you can make your familiar pretty much anything, eh? But I think in a city, it's going to be hard to track anybody, eh? Besides, we know
out of
We know, we got all this evidence, eh? It's that asshole on the boat.
No, Stan's just a worm.
Is Stan good at tracking?
The guy on the boat that was mean. Yeah.
He was mean to wizards. This paper from down by the docks, eh?
I mean,
what else was there?
decent lead.
Oh, he took a boat trip recently, eh? And he was on the boat, and there was on that boat, the same boat, eh? It can't all be too many arrows all pointing in the same direction, eh?
So we just narrowed down a human who stayed at that place, that hotel, who also recently was on board the Rusty Spindle or whatever it's called.
Why we don't just trap him?
Well, we have to find him first.
We know where he is. He's on the boat, eh?
Maybe we could check out that hotel.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
We
first
could do
lead.
that too, and then we talk to the captain of the boat, eh? And
we're doing it.
Oh, we're back at too many warlocks.
Switched to message because I'm beginning to trust. Yeah, I'm beginning to trust Carl less and less. So I switched to message, and say to these guys, we just book passage on the boat. One of us is a really obvious warlock. I mean, he knows who we are anyway. He already tried to kill us one time. Eh? We let him come to us on a boat in the middle of the ocean. He's probably not prepared as much as he would be if he were hunting us in our own ground. Eh?
We set our own trap. Yeah.
And we trap him, and we bring him back to the authorities. Eh?
We have to get on the boat though if it's already at sea.
We buy tickets. It's a boat. That's what it does, eh? That's how Numbnuts here, platoon regiment guy. He went on that boat, eh? You just book passage. It goes places. He went to Cholt on it, eh?
I think first we should follow up with this inn. You know, on the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we gather more information because once we're on the boat, it's kind of committed. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so to the end.
The end? All right, we are nailing this. We're like detectives.
Ooh,
I thought y'all left.
And see, chat, we're so good at this, we could fuck around for almost an hour and a half and still solve the problem in 10 minutes. So shit.
We got this.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Half of our good rolls tonight were spent on bowling, so like.
Well, I suppose we are getting kind of tired.
Yes, all right. We'll go back to bed, and you can meet us back at our place.
Sounds good.
For sure, right?
Yes, and keep an eye on Carl.
Oh, absolutely. He's not getting out of my sight, eh?
We're all a little worried about him. And he's just drifted off to a corner of the room. He's just tapping at a tassel.
Using message, I say to platoon, what's his problem? Eh?
I don't know. He's just Carl.
Did you?
Yes,
know
Carl's
before he
always
was
been a
warlock?
little bland.
Even before he was a warlock, eh?
I didn't know him before that. He just started showing up to the meetings.
Oh, okay, for sure. Look at Penn's face. He doesn't believe this for a second.
Started to really wish I had that back shield. So I don't get stabbed in it.
Look, you poo-pooed the back shield, all right? I tried to sell you on the back shield, but you're like, no, I need to be able to put it on my arm.
I couldn't go get it anyway because we had a million things to do. It's on my list, believe it or not. Still.
Okay, well, I accept your apology.
On the list of things he's bitter about. Not on the list of things we're going to go and do, just on the list of things he's bitter about.
All right, so Dragoon and Rouge Mantle depart to go to Dragoon's house, and you guys make way to the
Before we leave, Keith3 wants to try and be the last person in the room and try and see if there's any other, like, erotic books laying around and, like, grab it without anybody noticing.
Oh my god, I thought that was what it is, but I was like, no.
There is a cupboard full of them and like volumes.
Just like grabs one at random and shoves it in the bag.
Excellent. This is my favorite thing. Chat is like, keep you.
Not our sweet, innocent Keith3, never.
I love it. All right, so you guys make your way to the Sailor's Rest. You think Carl is with you. You'll look, and sometimes he'll be right next to you, and you'll look again, and like he's like 4 blocks away, asking a stranger for directions.
In like the group chat, I'm like, so there was something that like my mom did when I was really young, where she just kind of tied a rope around my waist and tied it to her waist, so I couldn't like get that lost.
You want to put a leash on Carl?
I mean, kinda not. I'm okay if he just disappears. He's an adult, so.
How often are you allowed to change your insight on someone? Because I rolled a 4 initially, and it's been a minute.
He comes back like just out of an alleyway in front of you guys, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got you some small oranges."
Valentine's?
I don't know the names.
Are they actually
Thanks.
oranges?
They look like oranges.
I hate orange.
Maybe you guys could put them in the next salad you make, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah, here
Penn.
you go.
Oh wait,
Penn.
no, I wouldn't say that. That's me.
Okay.
Bring back
I'm
the dead?
thinking
Yes.
it,
Be mean to
though.
people? No.
I would never. I'm the kindest warlock.
Mm.
He's just got these tiny oranges, and he's got 3 of them. Where did he get them? Who knows? It's late at night at
Don't
this
ask.
point.
Yeah, you don't want to know. This is just Carl. Just let him be.
Thanks for that, Carl.
No
I'll enjoy
problem.
this later.
You guys are my best friends. I hope we can hang out again.
Definitely. Hey, what's behind that?
Behind what?
And does he turn around?
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been nothing. I don't know. I don't like
Oh.
oranges. I'm sorry.
I'm
didn't say that.
sorry.
No, I didn't.
I must have missed something.
Oh, yep. Nope. I don't
I'll
know
do
what it
better
was.
next time.
It's okay, bud. Just let's keep going.
Okay.
Hey, Carl, you ever been to the Sailor's Retreat before, eh? The bar?
No, but sometimes I go to the docks and look at the water. I saw a fish one time.
Is that where your patron is?
No. It just trails off.
Is your patron in the sky?
No, he's with me.
Okay.
In your heart.
like in your heart. Is this a real question?
Yes.
Okay. Well, sometimes, but he's always around.
My concern has shot. Like,
What is Carl's deal?
does he have a blood demon? Like, what?
Okay, well, you're just a special one, Carl.
It's a ghost.
Some guys at the club think I'm special. That's what they say.
I mean, you know, in our own ways, we're all special. And, like, you know, my patron's different than Penn's patron, Guy's patron.
Yeah. You guys are all special. You're my special friends. Guy Bogtops, Paniton Rat, and Kiffy.
Yep, that's my name.
I'm waiting for the hawk. I'm waiting. I will not let my guard down.
You're waiting for the shoe to drop.
Hey, Carl, where you are staying tonight, eh?
Oh, I
We're
got
not
an
supposed to be alone
apartment.
as Warlock, eh?
I
You
got
the
an
what?
apartment. It's over by the market district. Used to be an alleyway, but they built it up into an apartment. Pretty nice. There's not a lot of room.
I bet you it's got good drainage, though, eh?
Yeah, it's all right.
So I hesitate to ask, but we're about to go get real adventurous again. You got a safe place you can go?
Oh, I'm already in the safest place in the whole world. With my pals.
All right then, buddy. You stick close. Stick behind us, and if shit goes all pear-shaped, you disappear, eh?
Don't worry. I won't let anything happen to my new buddies.
I appreciate the hell out of that, Carl. Throw my arm around him. I guess we're going to the bar.
To the bar!
It's that meme from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, this is Carl. I've only had him for 5 minutes, but if anything happened to him, I would murder everyone in the room and then myself.
All right. So you make your way to the Sailor's Retreat.
Yep. With Carl.
With Carl. And do you leash up Carl? Is the next question I need to ask.
No, my arm's around his shoulder from now on.
Okay,
If I didn't know he was a wanderer.
It's-
I've got him. Yeah.
And you arrive, and your arm's around someone else, and Carl's off talking to strangers again. And he's like, "Hello, I'm Tom."
Get out of here, Tom.
Don't be rude to Tom. I just met him. Tom, nice to meet you, eh?
Tom's
Shake his
currently
hand.
picking your pocket.
That's okay. I have 0 gold.
I'm already broke.
Yeah. So, Tom, I'm thinking probably you used to be over there a minute ago.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here.
Yeah, I do. Off you go. And I just give him a shove back in the direction of his table.
He just walks off.
No explanation. Just
Hey, I got some fun-sized chocolates. Do you guys like fun-sized chocolates?
I mean, how do you not? They are fun size, eh?
You know, my grandpa always told me not to accept candy from strangers.
Oh, it's not from strangers. I found it.
I was just like about to put it in my mouth too.
It's just like
Casey's just like looking between Guy and Penn, being like, eat
Is
the
it-
chocolate.
Is it like gross? Like, is there like?
it's wrapped up in nice packaging.
Yes.
It looks like really good chocolate. You just have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, but I feel like this is like, oh, here's some oranges. Oh, you don't like oranges? Here's some chocolate. Yeah, you don't like chocolate? Here's some poison. I mean, this other thing. Eventually it'll work, right? I don't know. Is it a name brand chocolate? Would I recognize it?
Name brand Waterdeep chocolate.
Yeah, is it like some like is this like obviously not some random weirdo's chocolate?
Is this a known chocolatier?
That isn't, you know, somebody in their backyard just making it in the mud, like
Purdy's of Waterdeep. Do a history check to see if you can identify the maker of the chocolate.
oof.
I'm enjoying this way more than I probably should. Okay.
Is it a Waterdeep wafer?
It's not a Waterdeep wafer. You can't identify it. It looks similar to some brands of chocolatiers that you might have seen, but it's intentionally like misspelled. Like it's an off brand.
Yeah.
Something that you go to the dollar store and there's a bin of them and the packaging is just similar enough to make you think it's what you want.
Hey, Carl, I got a question for you, eh?
Yeah? What is it?
You think you could get onto, I don't know, like say a boat and have a look around with no one seeing you, eh?
Oh, I think I could do that. Just,
Maybe look in the cabin and see if you can find some spell scroll like those one we find at where they blew up the rest of the other guy.
Sure, just like, don't look at me for a while.
Well, I didn't specifically mean right now, but sure, absolutely. We look here, you look there, eh? The rusty cistern or whatever it was called, sorry.
Okay, best buddy. I'll go take a look at the rusty cistern for you.
Somebody please correct me.
Say, isn't it the rusty spindle?
Spindle, sorry.
Oh, the
Also
rusty
don't.
spindle.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't. And I just punch Guy in the shoulder.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do it later. I'll do anything for you, my new friends.
Now you go there, you look where the staff mostly, what do you call the staff on the boat? Crew, yeah, that's it, eh? You go where the crew stays and you try and find someone who's got some them spells like those ones you saw there, eh? Before?
No problem.
You see you guys, eh? He is an asset. We use him appropriately.
This is great. No more single candles and plain noodles for Carl.
That is right, mon ami. If you play your cards right, maybe even you become an associate member of a very elite organization, eh?
Oh, you
He's
mean
just
it?
like standing behind
I didn't name it. I didn't say it was us.
Oh, you guys are the best. Let's go inside this inn and have a look around.
Going on an adventure. God.
So yeah,
So-
let's go in. Yep.
Once you guys get inside, there is a massive investigation still underway here. There are a couple people from the town guard, and there are people reconstructing a section of the upstairs.
What? What happened here?
Oh, you didn't hear? It was a couple weeks back. One of the guards has just engaged you in conversation.
Yeah, heard me whispering.
No, we've been out of town, but you know, was it what happened?
Ah, it's the weirdest thing. Some guy was staying upstairs and whole room blew out. Took out a fair chunk of the upstairs too.
It leave kind of a misty red paste on the walls.
No, nothing like that. Whole place was destroyed, like somebody set off a bomb in there, but there was nothing scorched.
What did the guy look like?
We never caught him. We're looking for him still.
Was there anyone in the room when it happened?
Yeah. Room was rented out to a John. Of course, we're assuming that's a false name. A lot of sailors that stay around here, they don't give the real names. Some guys take up work on the boat because they got a record, you know.
Mental to the party, excluding Carl. John was the name of the guy that bought the scroll.
It just to play devil's advocate, that's also a lot of people's names. But yes.
But he paid in cash, and after the room was destroyed, there was no trace of him.
What was in that room?
Do you think we could get a look at it?
Well, who the hell are you guys?
We do it. This is mental.
Pull out the necklace.
Oh well.
I can't believe you don't recognize us, eh? The Avalon Knights Academy.
Oh! You guys are from the AKA.
We are indeed.
I heard you guys are back in operation.
Yeah, we heard you are having some difficulties. We come down to have a look. This blows up in our face, literally. What happened? We want to have a look, eh?
All right, well, I'm an old hat for adventures, so you can go ahead and take a look up there.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You ever find yourself at the keep, I buy you a drink, eh?
I'll call all my men downstairs and give you guys a little bit of privacy, but if anybody asks, it was coincidence. All right?
As we're walking past him, I'm just like talking to the other two, and I'm just like, he wasn't an old hat. Penn's never heard this expression.
Well, let's go up and let's go and have a look at this explosion, eh? We see what happened.
All right, so...
T3, you said something about John. He was... We heard this name before somewhere, right?
The scroll, the woman who he bought the scroll from gave his name as John.
Oh, yeah.
So at least he's using the same name.
He's used the same alibi, eh? That's good. That means he's cocky, eh? He still thinks he's smarter than us. Eh? He still thinks he's hunting us, not the other way around, eh? The two of you do not look convinced.
Once you guys get upstairs, there's one door that's kind of like sectioned off, and you assume that this is where the incident occurred. When you open it up, it opens up into open air. Half the room is completely destroyed. It's like a sphere of force went off here. All the furniture is smashed to pieces. Everything in the room is basically destroyed, and large sections of the roof, floor, and 3 of the walls are completely destroyed.
And you said there was no fire damage. Is there any ice damage or other sort of elemental or obvious damage?
Well, sir, you have the capability to discern that if you play some Dungeons and Dragons.
I will do so. Well, Dungeons and Dragons right over here. It's still pretty decent.
Dungeons and Dragons. You don't find any element. And in fact, it's similar to what you've seen when like a thunder wave goes off. It was concussive, whatever it was.
Okay.
I will look around with Eldritch Sight.
Meanwhile, I am looking specifically for pages of something that's like what we found that first page of.
So, key 3. You turn on Eldritch Sight, and you see something that makes your blood run cold. Back before the end of season 1, when you used your Eldritch Sight at that facility, traveling between worlds, and you saw these broken fractures into other worlds, you see the remnant of one of those here. And then you see Carl holding up a book, pulsing with unusual energy. He says, "Hey guys, I found a thing." And we're going to pause right there.
So, I mean, Carl's definitely the killer, right? We're all on the same page with this. It's definitely Carl. I'm convinced.
Don't you take our sweet baby.
No. Carl is Guy's cat.
You would get... whatever happened to Twitch? You know, you lose track of the pets you already had, and you want more. This is what I'm always telling Chandra. I'm like, you can't have another spider creature until you learn to take care of the ones you have. Anyways, we'll address these things after the break. Stick around for these videos, and then more of Too Many Warlocks.
To ride in the HP.
I'm not complaining, but instead of gaming, you
Oh, these damn machines, I swear by the gods, I'm gonna have to get Lodge in here to fix things again. I don't know what's going on. All right, try my best. At any rate, the show's going pretty well. Nobody's dead yet. Too many Warlocks. Let's see how it is.
Are we back? Oh,
Yes.
we're back.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome back. When last we left our heroes, the Dungeon Master was perhaps regretting voicing so many NPC characters in 2 consecutive shows. Especially one I've been talking to myself for 2 days. Anyways, enough of my complaining. The Warlocks have found their way to the Sailor's Rest. And they have found this room that was blasted out. And Kithri, looking through her Eldritch Sight, has seen a scar. One that reveals that there has been a breach into this world from another place. And then she has also seen Carl materializing as though from nowhere, as he often does.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been standing next to you for hours and you would not have noticed. Is holding up a book radiating a strange, dark energy, and you feel charged, like prickly, just looking at it.
Just put it down.
Do we all see this?
But yeah, you guys see Carl just holding up a book, and Kithri's like gone pale.
Yeah. It's not just a book. It's a bad book. Just put it down.
Oh, it's a bad book?
Yeah, let's just set it down.
All
We're not
right.
gonna make any more breaks in the reality.
Oh, reality's broken? Oh, no.
What?
What do you mean by that?
Mentally to Penn B. Like that place where there were all the little breaks in the planes to the other worlds. It's here.
One of those 8 comes here?
And he
Hey,
sets the
Carl,
book
where
down.
you get that book, eh?
Oh, I found it over there.
That's not particularly helpful. Was it when you found it? Was it how you say in someone else's possession? Eh?
No, it was in a pile of junk. I just find stuff sometimes, you know?
I look at these two.
I look like an addict.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He's just twitching. Hold me back, Guy. Hold me back.
Like a junkie in a heroin shop. I got it. Look at it all. It's everywhere. So, Carl, you take us to this pile of junk, eh?
Okay. And he walks over to a pile of wreckage. And he says, yeah, I was in here. And he moves some stuff around. And it was right here.
Is there any way to tell? Does it look like it was in the room when the room blew up?
It's difficult to say. Like where he's pointing to, it looked like it might have been buried when the room blew up.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
No.
do you mean it was buried already when the room blew up and it was unearthed, or it was buried in the room blowing up?
It was buried in the room blowing up.
Okay. Well,
Okay, guys. I need to do a thing now.
What?
What?
And you put the book down first, eh?
Oh, I already put it on the floor over there.
What do you need to do?
And he walks over to a section in the room. And Keithry, you can see with your Eldritch sight, he's walking over to the breach in reality.
No, stop. Don't go in there.
No, it's okay.
I'm
And he just
casting
starts.
Hold person.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I see your hands are full. I'll go pick up that book.
Why you are stopping him? Where is he going? Eh?
Into the break.
We need like an interdimensional
Carl, what are you going to do in there?
He doesn't even save. Like he's just like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Carl, what are you going in there to get?
Apologize.
You can talk, can't
No,
you?
no, I don't think so.
Oh.
They're paralyzed.
Their brain can talk.
I don't trust this guy. I'm gonna pull out my rope and just start tying him up as he's paralyzed.
Keith's like, nope, fucking nope.
Okay, I'm not gonna like rush into it, but I'm walking over to that book while this is going on. I am at very least looking down at it and looking back at them like, want to pick this up? He's already picked it up, so like it should be fine. Yeah.
I'm busy with the rope.
Oh,
I'm
well.
watching Carl.
Then
And I'm going to use message on him in a second here. So,
all right. Well, then we all know what happens next. So, what's the book?
Penn picks up the book.
Tell me about this book. Yes. So there's something about this book. Its construction is familiar to you. It reminds you of some of the specimens that you saw in jars back in that same facility. In that it seems to be constructed by a combination of metal and flesh.
I am both intrigued. Am I off put? Probably not.
You pretend to be off-put.
Oh man,
so that people don't judge you.
It's covered in flesh. That's weird, right?
That's stuff people normally don't like. Like, I mean, that's ew.
Oh, does it have a title, or is it just like, does it have teeth and shit coming out of it?
It doesn't have a title. It has a symbol on it. Oh. And the symbol, the last time you saw it, was on other creations of flesh and metal that you saw in jars back at the other facility. And that symbol is a circle with a line through it.
This is a weird book. I have not opened it yet, or tried to, I guess, assuming. Good talk.
Yeah. It was a distance away, so I'm over there. Like I said, I'm over there talking to Carl. So you have to make this call on your own.
I'm not gonna open it without talking to y'all. I will walk my ass over there. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'm evil now. Guess that's what we get to deal with.
Well, this was coming around.
Oh, all right. So yeah, I guess I walk back over there and like, yeah, this looks like from like the stuff we saw before, you know, at that place.
Maybe the serial killer has something to do with that place?
It is a book made of people. Well, I assume that's people.
I cast message on Carl. Well, he's frozen there. Carl, what are you supposed to... Why you have to go in there? You said you had to go?
Oh, I gotta fix the brake.
You can do that?
Yeah, my patron likes me to fix the brakes.
The mechanic.
Un moment, mon ami. I'll be right with you. Key 3. I drop out a message and say out loud, Key 3. He says he can fix it. He said that's what he's doing. He's fixed the hole. Like.
Do we trust this guy?
What's the worst that could happen? He goes through the hole and he's in the other place and we don't have to worry about him anymore. No offense, buddy.
I mean, the last time I tried messing with one of these things, it was bad.
But it's not you messing with it, it's him, eh?
We should get very far. We should get as far away from it as we can.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, buddy system way over there, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we don't let them go, eh?
And you just see Penn, like, I'm behind Carl. I specifically, when I had this moment, I stepped behind out of his vision, and I'm just like, oh, wait, I have that thing. And just to those two in my mind, I'm like, his patron doesn't like to be talked about. And he could seal these rifts. And what are the things that don't like it when people know about them and probably don't want there being rifts to other planes, or sorry, not even planes, universes?
Oh.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It could be a planeswalker.
I just barely have an understanding of what you are talking about, but how it affects this planewalker if he closes this hole?
Well, the thing is, the longer or the more we know about them, or like have, and I hold that book up, from other places that aren't here, the more attention we attract from them, until eventually they're like, you know too much, and then you know, you've been in the lab. You saw.
So you don't want him to close the hole?
No, that's not what I said. I'm just, T3, do you know how to better... words all of the sudden are not working for me, which is really odd for me.
Are you worried that he's gonna like go?
I'm just saying we need to consider every step forward. I'm not even saying not to do what we were already planning. I'm just saying, like, we know he might be connected to something that might be really aggressive about things that know about its existence.
It's a lot of might.
I mean, we could just ask him straight up and then, you know, I don't know how that'd end.
I'm going to just look at Carl and be like, is your patron a planeswalker?
Here's where we die.
Do you release him from the hold person?
Yes, now that he's tied up.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
But, like, my patron likes me to... He warps reality, you know? Time and space are different for me.
Said you can fix this hole, eh? This rift?
Yeah, I could patch it up.
What is that face, Don?
How you do it? This side, the other side, what you have to do?
I just gotta rearrange the pieces.
Okay, well, we're gonna just stand right back as far as we can while still keeping you in sight and let you do that. You know, just a safe distance away. Sound good, guys?
You two go ahead, eh? I stay here in case he needs help.
No.
That's some bullshit. And I was so beautifully tranced in what I had just realized, and you pulled me out of it, and I
snap back to reality. Oh, here comes gravity.
And again, just to those two, I was like, he might be able to fix Philip.
Test?
I mean, this is kind of one of them, I guess.
Look, I met 3 people in the last 3 months who all can change the physical and the mental and the other worlds and the traveling in space and time, and that's not even you guys. It's not that weird. You said it looks broken, right? What you do with things that are broken? You fix them, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
The worst that happens, he turns out to be a completely evil prick. He comes back. We have to fight him at some point in the future. You get to go, oh, Guy, you are an asshole. And you guys are like that anyway. So what the hell you got to lose, eh?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But you'd never do that, Philip. That's not Philip, Carl. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay, Penn.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna
I forget things sometimes too.
Start undoing the rope. Sorry about that, buddy. Just you know, impulse control.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix up the hole now.
Hey, Carl, you can only fix the one?
Panning and dragging them back.
I'm supposed to fix them whenever I find them. Sometimes I just end up in front of him. And he just starts moving his hands. And to everyone else, it looks like he's just moving his hands around. But Keithra, you can see it in Eldritch sight. He's moving the fractured pieces back to where they belong and putting them into place.
Okay.
He's doing it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Push. And it seals up. And he takes a deep breath. Oh, that is so much better.
I just spin the top off my flask and hand it to him. Not a word.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Who are you and what'd you do with Carl?
Oh, pardon me. I am Carl. I'm sorry.
You're what?
You're not Carl.
Indeed, I am.
That is smugness all over my face, eh? Look at that. Hey, Carl, good to see you. Eh? Can I have a drink, please? That's mine after all.
Oh, absolutely. This is my apologies. I am Carl. You may have noticed a change in my demeanor.
Yes.
The deterioration of fractures in reality causes a direct effect on my own body. A side effect of the power given to me by my patron. And I'm afraid the problem only worsens with time. It's only after a mending is completed that I'm able to be whole again for a bit.
Who did you piss off to get stuck with a curse like that, mon ami?
It seemed a lofty goal.
You chose this?
It seemed a lofty goal at the time.
How long does this last? Like 5 minutes? Like
It varies. It depends on proximity to other rifts.
The closer you get, the worse you get at what you need to do to fix the problem. Oh, mon ami,
Oh no, I'm
that is
still
horrible.
capable of fixing the problem. I just start to distort further. Shifting positions, shifting time, space. The mind gets fragmented, and it becomes more difficult to maintain my composure.
Oh. Sorry about earlier.
How long you been in water
Oh,
deep,
no
mon
problem
ami?
at all. What year is it?
Oh, shit.
what year
Rattle
is it?
off whatever year it is.
Tell
Yeah,
him
yeah.
it's
14
blurred,
something.
yeah.
It's difficult to say. I spend a year here and there. I was several hundred years in the past, several weeks ago. Many portions of the town didn't exist at that time. And I was in the future 4 days ago. And now I'm back here again. Time is difficult for me.
I am not surprised, eh? What will you do now?
Oh, well, we are friends. I imagine I will continue to hang out with you and see what we can find out about this murderer. We've got some impressive leads here.
Yeah.
So now that you have the ability to sort of have your wits about you, you can maybe be a little more clear about how it is you keep disappearing and coming back with stuff and things like that, eh?
I slip into the pockets between time and space. They're usually full of lost things. Anytime an item goes misplaced or missing, that you're just simply unable to find, a lot of times these things slip into the pockets between time and space.
He's a time bandit.
Does that ever happen to people?
Lost people. It's difficult to say. Once I start to make the slips, I've already deteriorated quite substantially. If I do meet anybody there, I'm afraid I don't recall them.
What an adventure your life must be, eh? If only you could remember parts of it.
Can't hear you, Keith.
Have you ever dealt with somebody like they're all of the different realities being like destroyed?
Well, I do remember I was sent here because there has been a disturbance. Just a while ago, just before winter had hit. Actually, just as it started.
Yeah.
There was a disturbance and a number of rifts were opened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was supposed to sort it out.
We might have an idea of where some of those are.
Oh, good. Unfortunately, I don't know how much help I'll be once I get close, but once they're identified, I will mend them.
You
Continue my
were
work.
closer than you think, eh? If you had gone through this one, you would have been in a place with 8 of them,
Oh, dear.
including this one.
Well, no wonder I was so fractured while I was in Waterdeep. Did I bring back anything unusual?
Yeah, Penn's got the book.
All this stuff. Oh, I see. Well, I hope some of it was helpful at the very least.
I haven't opened it yet. I was kind of concerned.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a book that you open.
And some small oranges and some chocolate.
Oh, that's nice.
Can I open it?
Yeah.
That's not what you want to hear.
Okay,
Because
cool.
I did open it because I was like, oh, I can't open it. Damn it.
All right. Oh, fuck. I need you to make a wisdom save, Penn.
Oh yeah. So to get you stick your head in giant black balls. You
That's
you
a
save your
phrase.
ass.
Ha!
You open this book, and the pages of flesh fan out in front of you. And this breadth of knowledge on how to merge living beings with metal constructs to create more powerful entities. This book of ancient, powerful knowledge that could be used in the conquest of entire worlds beckons to you. And you can feel it pull on your threads of attention and sanity. You can feel that tug of obsession. But you're able to overcome it and close the book again.
So Maniac, what you see this time, eh?
I don't think I think I need to take this to my patron. And I'm just like, I'm almost out of breath. I'm just like,
Yeah, no, it takes a lot out of you.
and yeah, there's just that kind of like, my pupils are really small. Like I just look like weird.
Yes, so something came through here. I believe it may have corrupted our killer.
Corrupted.
We should see if we can find the notebook.
Right, I was looking for that.
Are you going to be all right?
This is the first, the origin of our serial killer?
It could have been. It's all a bit foggy, but I remember the. Oh my God, it's starting already.
Always good. Always good.
I remember bits and pieces. The notebook. If I recall from the other murders, there were no other notes found on the scenes. This may have been one of the early ones when he was still learning it. Perhaps now he has it memorized.
I don't know that changes much of anything. Eh? Our plan is still the same.
Well,
Yes, of course. But
if
No,
we
it
can
is good
find the
information,
notebook,
mon
we
ami.
know what maybe more about him?
well, perhaps if we find the notebook, it might still have imprints of the notes that he took.
And like I write my name on the inside cover of all my books, so if I lose it, somebody knows who to give it to. So maybe he did that and wrote his name and address and found, please return to.
Absolutely. This is entirely possible.
I'm gonna start looking around for it.
All right. Take a look around. Mr. Wright, are you all right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll look too. I insist that I take disadvantage on this investigation check because
you're not in it.
Ah.
Well, you find it anyways.
I don't know where I find them.
You find a stitched together bundle of papers that they've left in the room to take notes if you need to. And there are 2 pages torn off of it.
And I just kind of stick the other paper on top of that one and just very absent-mindedly hand it to Guy. That's how out of it I am. Thank you.
Is it the same size? Piece of paper and this pad?
Yep. They match.
So I'll take the front page. There's nothing. You said there's 2 pages missing, and then there's a blank page.
Yep.
Yeah. So separate that blank page from the rest and hold it up. Again, I cast light on a knot hole on the wall or something and hold it up and do the X-ray thing to try and look through this page and see if I can read if there's any indentations leaving shadows.
There are indentations leaving shadows, but it's hard to read.
Yeah, I probably couldn't read it anyway unless it's in Celestial. Yeah. I can't. But
no, this is a language you've never seen before.
Oh, I forgot I have to read it.
Penn, there's writing all over this one. When you press real hard, it goes through to the next page.
Is that really important, right?
I'll pull out a stick of charcoal.
Yeah.
Just,
there you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it important, Penn?
I didn't say that. I wouldn't. That's not. Of course, yes. Then I walk over and.
What the hell was in that book? No, don't get me wrong. You're a messed up little shit, but this is beyond that,
Something. I don't know. I think my patron will know. He knows everything.
Ben, what's in that book scared the shit out of you, eh? You're not even afraid of death. What was it?
I'm not. I'm trying to determine how I feel. Because it's not fear, but it's like I almost have that like Gollum-esque like
My precious.
I don't it's I don't
Let me see it. Give it here. Let me look. If you won't tell me, I will look, eh?
you really shouldn't. I was
Then
only
tell
able
me.
to handle it because I don't know. I guess I've read so many books and dealt with so much of this kind of thing, like I could deal with that. God, I
I don't
sound
care.
cocky.
What
I'm
did
so
you
sorry.
see? What did you see?
I did I glean the knowledge that I read?
You gleaned that it was powerful knowledge, but you could feel it corrupting you, just as you browsed the pages.
Do I still feel it, or did I completely shake it off? Because that
You shook it off.
Oh, okay.
You escaped it. You're good.
Okay. So I'll say I was coming down off of that, and here
Yeah.
it's just like I just look really anxious, and I'm just like, whatever's in here, it's something that if you read it and you don't stop reading it, I feel like it will take you, and you want to be taken, and like you see that little glint of like madness for a moment, and I'm just like, but no, and I wasn't, and I'm not, which is why I want to give it to my patron, but it's what
Put it in the bag of holding, Penn.
I want to make sure it gets to my patron though.
It's just gonna be in the vault.
Can I tell MT1 to take it to my patron?
It'll be in the vault. So when we get back, you're gonna be like, "Hey, look, I brought you this thing. Don't you love me?"
And it's just there's like it. It's like a dog not wanting to take something out of his mouth. I'm just like gripping it, and I just slowly will myself and just like. And I don't let go. Like I'm holding it over, but I can't let go. So I'm just like looking at you like,
No. She's doing that with the bag, like that fake. The bag's eating it. Ooh.
Let it go, Black Wind.
It's just gonna be in the vault. It'll be safe.
and I let go. And I just shoot a dirty look at Guy.
The book's hold on you gets weaker and weaker now that it's out of sight. Thank you so much.
Thanks, BJ.
What do I call this?
You can call it the Manual of Phyrexia.
Okay.
I knew I should have kept it.
Phyrexia.
So, Penn, you still sure you can control everything you meet, eh? You still so confident in your own powers, eh?
I managed that time, and it might have been luck and it might have been skill, so no, I don't, and I don't think I ever did. But
why did I have to invoke Blackwind to get you to put it in the place that it obviously needs to be? Something that dangerous, eh?
it needs to, my patron needs to see this. It's knowledge, it needs to be gleaned. I can't do it, obviously.
Ah. I consider that a step in the right direction.
Yeah. And it's just like, there's still like, it's not a sneer, but it's like, I'm still disgusted, like, in your direction.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hey, Penn, look! More paper writing stuff.
I will read it. I'm not. Ooh, no. Yeah, I don't know. What is it?
You read it, and it contains the second page of the ritual. But with the benefit of your being able to decipher it, it doesn't sever the pact. It disconnects the pact and connects it to something else.
That guy was right.
What is that something else, though?
It is just called the Master.
Okay. It's not the void, so that's good.
No, now we need to go find the doctor to solve the problem.
At this point, we fade up from Waterdeep. And the rusty spindle is docked in Neverwinter. And through the streets of Neverwinter, another warlock runs, darting through alleyways in darkness, haggard and breathing. When he thinks he's safe, a figure drops down from the rooftops behind him and slips a bag over his head, grabs his hands and holds them behind him. He struggles to get free, but the warlock is physically weak and unable to see his opponent. The man recites the ritual. It's burned into his mind now after so many times. And then, once it's complete, he steps back and his victim is splattered all over the alleyway. Out in the ruins, where the facility where men traveled to other worlds was destroyed, and the infected leg of Richard Bennett was left to rot in the ruins. Deep underground, a pulsing mass like a womb, and another connection is made to it, feeding power to it, incubating it. And we're going to stop there today.
Did you really think that after all the fuss made over an arm, a lost leg wasn't going to result in anything? Come on, guys. So that was a nice light-hearted episode, right?
We tried.
The show is so fun. Easy, relaxing. Anyways, we're so happy that you joined us. If you noticed that Redan's place was held by a Hero Forge model, our friends over at Hero Forge hooked us up with some free downloads. So I'm going to be printing off some of our adventurers here. Well, I won't, but you know, Larch and his friend will. But if you want to see us doing some of that design process, quite a good time. The players were doing that on Saturday. You can catch the replay and keep an eye out on the YouTube channel because I'm sure something will come of it over there as well. That's all I've got. I don't know if you've got any more announcements, Puck.
Wrap up. Be sure to check out Poison Paradise tomorrow, where you can see our very own Guy in his role as Sheriff Kevin, Marshal Kevin. Yeah,
Narrator, whatever you want to call me.
As they travel to Hollywood, which I'm sure they'll get there at some point. And
but tomorrow
also,
they might be at Fort 51.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Depending on whether they decide to go with the Naruto runners or not.
They're going to be in all kinds of places, I'm sure.
Thank you for those bits, and thank you to everyone for your donations and subscriptions
so much.
tonight. It's wonderful to see our community growing all the time. Yes, we appreciate the help.
And be sure to tune in on the 21st, where we will be doing a table flip, where our very own Gilbetta will be DMing her first ever game of Clockwork Dominion. I will be playing in it. We'll also have special guest Felix from the Dingo Doodles Fool's Gold campaign will be joining us for that one as well. No pressure at all on Gilbetta. It's going to be an incredible game, so you're going to want to check that out. We're still taking donations for Gen Con, still taking donations for Extra Life in the Down There part, and we've got some cool merch in our Redbubble merch store where you can get your Avalon Knights Academy Class of 2020 shirts on sale now if you want to try those out, and you can get them in notepads and all kinds of other cool stuff too. Also check out our Patreon, where you can, at the middle tier, get an invite into our very own Minecraft realm, where we have reproduced the Avalon Knights Academy in all of its glory. You can hang out at the Crab Shack, pal around the Mage Tower, check out the storage hall, and we've just added student dorms for your enjoyment. So you can get in on that. And at the top tier, you can play in a monthly game with me. So if we've just filled out one party, we'll be starting a second party. So we'll be doing 2 different games per month. The second party, depending on who we get in it, I might do a team of fresh. This might be the first class of Avalon Knights first class.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. But that is it for today, and I like to close out the show by saying I'm a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to play with all these incredible people who are all content creators in their own right. And I like to take this moment at the end of the show to let them all talk about the various things that they're doing, and I open it up to the floor now.
I'll jump in. I make YouTube videos about tabletop RPGs and other geeky stuff with my partner Ryan. You can go check us out at youtube.com/roll4initiative. And thank you. And you can go check it out. Our latest video is all about no, but, and yes, but. Other improv techniques you can use other than just yes and.
Yes. An excellent video, by the way, and it's quite a bit deeper than you just sort of glossed over there. But go watch it, people. Everybody,
it's really
go watch
good.
that
You
video.
should watch it.
It is not only informative; it is useful. Yeah, and neither of those things is tomorrow night. Deadlands. It is neither informative nor useful, but it's usually a lot of fun. And like I said, tomorrow might be a little extra amusing. So we will see, depending on whether they decide to stop or not. And then on Thursdays over on Dirty 20 Gaming's Twitch channel, me and 3 other friends play Ironsworn in the co-op mode. So there's 4 of us, no DM, no plan, and oh my word, has it gotten interesting in only 7 episodes. Pack a lot into 3 hours when there's 4 storytellers all playing yes and all night. So yeah, great fun to watch. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to the 21st. Steampunk is one of my favorite genres, so getting to play, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it.
I guess that leaves me. And first of all, of course, we're going to go to Port 51. You know it'll happen.
It is an open world. I know nothing.
Oh, so little old me, I just do some work with Miss Gilbetta and Mr. He's so many characters now, I lost track. But John, I do a lot of work with them on our YouTube, so go check us out there if you want to go see one of our most recent one-shots, Hearts of Darkness, with the fabulous Dingo Doodles, Joe Cat, and Felix, and me. Then go check that out. It was a lot of fun playing evil characters, although it went very differently than what we thought. So interesting. Either way, though, go check that out. Go check out our previous episodes of like this, Poison Paradise, Teen Mom, all that. So, yay.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else today, now that we have met and restored Carl, and next time I'm not going to voice any more characters, I have to talk to myself. Unless you guys dig these people up again. Class
We're going on the
dismissed.
boat, dude. You're going to have to do the whole boat repeatedly.
Just other things to do. guys must like shopping, and everywhere I'm dropping hints for quests from every shopkeep. But you'd rather haggle, bargain and finagle the best sale price to buy a pair of sheep.